All right, guys, welcome back to the show. How much of this is a show? I don't know. How much is it you guys just tune in because you know me from the 7-5 documentary in my book, Betrayal in Blue. But in either case, I have three pretty wild stories for you today on officers that have gotten themselves in trouble from three different sections. Two are from the States and one is from India. So we'll get into that. The last two stories, I'm not going to put out too much detail because they're so wild that I don't know if I believe them myself, but these two officers were arrested. So there must be some validity to it. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about, and this is like going back, I don't know, 2 years since I've started the channel. What do I do in my off time? You know, when I'm not doing the channel, a lot more of that has been asked of me since my wife passed away. What am I doing to spend my time besides doing these videos and, you know, working on the upcoming Hollywood feature, which is I have very little to do with other than consulting with the producers and the director and the screenwriter every now and then. So I'm going to do a video sometime down the line showing what I do. I do a lot of car meets, local car meets around here. I have two muscle cars. I have a Corvette and I have a 392 Charger that I take to the car shows. It's just something I enjoy doing. I've always enjoyed it. I used to going back to the early 80s when I had my first Corvette. It was a 69 Corvette, 4-speed with a hearse, 427. That's what I used to do. I used to go around to the car shows and just, you know, hang out and talk to the other gearheads. So that's what I do around down here. So very soon, traded in my Corvette for a brand new Challenger, 392 Challenger, to match my Charger. Going to become get rid of the Chevys for a while and go old Mopar. Got a good deal on it. It's completely ordered to my liking, so I'm waiting for it to be built. I'm making a good chunk of change right now. The car market is hot on Corvettes and all used cars, really. So I'm making money on a used car that I've had it's a 2017. I've had it for 4 years, but it was a year old. So basically I drove it free for 4 years and I'm going to make some money on it, on the trade. The other thing is I'm out here in my cigar room. Some of you might recognize where I'm doing this video from past videos. People wanted to know, you know, and this is against my better judgment to show you some of these things about my cars and the house itself. I'm going to show you, this is actually poolside. So I'm going to show you the pool. There you go. The cigar room is poolside. So I'm out here poolside right now doing this video. As far as things about my family, I'm not going to share too much of that with you guys. I mean, if you're personal friends of mine or I meet you out somewhere, it's different. I'm not going to put it out on a public video. Things are going good. You know, family is tight. They're all supporting me since Dory's passing. There's the other question that has been asked a lot. Yes, it's over a year since Dory has passed. I am dating. So, you know, a few of you have asked about that. All right, enough about all my personal stuff. Let's get into the cops that have fucked up their lives. When you get a chance to, do it now. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, hit the notification bell, you know, when new videos come out. That helps me out. And you know, helps you guys out. You'll know when there's a new video coming out. So subscribe and hit the notification bell. The last two stories, man, you guys might want to comment on. Put down some comments and tell me what you think, because I find them hard to believe. So stay tuned in for that. Or if you're already bored, skip ahead to that, whatever. But put down some comments on your thoughts on those last two stories. All right, first story is from Stoneham, Massachusetts. An officer and his brother were both arrested in a $36 million fraud scheme. The officer, Joseph Ponzo, 48 years old, he was arrested for wire fraud, as well as his brother. Really has nothing to do with him being a cop. He just happens to be a cop. This was done on, he has a side business, I guess you would consider it. His brother has an electric company, and his Officer Ponzo opened some type of business in his wife's name also. So the scheme is that where they got $36 million is basically they were bribing a official. Well, he's named as an associate in the documents, an associate of Mass Save. What Mass Save is a government program to help Massachusetts residents save money on their utility bills. So basically, they were bribing this associate to secure contracts for, for their companies. And apparently, they did an investigation. I don't know if this associate who is supplying the government with all this information was caught in some type of scheme, and he came forward and rolled on them. It sounds to me like he's a cooperating witness, but he is described as an associate who worked for Mass Save. But it is said that the Ponzos offered him all types of bribes, which included weekly payoffs between $5,000 and $10,000, a tractor, a computer, free electrical work, and bathroom fixtures. I mean, they were giving this guy all types of bribes. I guess you got to call them bribes, because he then secured, millions of lucrative contracts for them. So I'm assuming this associate of Mass Save was, in charge of doling out who gets the contract, based on bids. And he was probably telling them, after these bribes, okay, the highest bid is X amount of dollars, bid $1 more, and you get the contract. I'm assuming that's usually how those things go. Or they just, give it to them without letting other contractors know that there's, a contract coming out. I don't know how it worked, but that's what happened. They bribed this associate, and they got, 36 million in lucrative contracts. That's what it's described as. $36 million fraud scheme. It's a 12-count wire fraud indictment. And both brothers were arrested, and they're facing up to 20 years in jail. And this happened between 2013 and 2017. So I don't know why the arrest recent. Like I say, I'm assuming this associate was caught up in something, and he just rolled and spoke about all the crimes he's ever been involved in, and to lessen his sentence. But that's not out there in the stories. So tell me what you guys think about that, and we'll get into these next two stories. All right, both of these stories, I'm not going to name the officers. They're wild accusations, and to be honest, I can't really believe them. You guys hear the stories and then tell me what you think. I mean, again, these officers were arrested, so there's got to be some validity to the complaints because they were arrested. All right, so the first story out of India, New Delhi. This sounds very much like the old Tawana Brawley story, where Tawana Brawley was late for her curfew, and she didn't want to get in trouble from her, I believe it was her stepfather or father. I think it was a stepfather. And she, claimed that there was a bunch of cops that I don't remember if it was actual rape or they degraded her. I remember she said they scrawled on her a derogatory word in dog feces, and it all came out later, after everyone jumped on board, Al Sharpton and everyone supporting this girl, that it was a big lie. She just didn't want to go home because she'd be in trouble for a curfew. That's what this story sounds like to me, but I could be wrong. I mean, it could have actually really happened, but that's what I think. So it's in New Delhi, India. 13-year-old girl reported she was kidnapped and gang raped by 4 men for 4 days. That's already, 4 men, 4 days. Four in both counts. Doesn't say how she got away or was released, just a very brief story. Now, she reports it to the police, and then she claims that this police officer also raped her. So that's what's claimed by this 13-year-old girl, that she was gang raped by four men over 4 days. She reported it to the police. The officer she reported it to then also raped her. I guess then she reported it to someone else, who then arrested this officer. So far, only the officer has been arrested, not the 4 men who supposedly initially raped her. Of course, the officer is claiming innocence. So that story didn't have as much information as this next story. I'm assuming because it's coming from India. Tell me what you guys think about that story. This next story is in San Jose, California. 32-year-old officer. I do have his name. I'm not going to put it out there. You guys could look it up if you want. He and I believe it was 2 other officers responded to a call for basically domestic dispute, where a family called up that their son was violating an order of protection. So they went to the residence, and they started talking to the family. The son was already gone from the scene, and this officer, who does end up getting arrested, starts speaking with the mother and the daughter. The daughter is 23 years old. So he's interviewing them about the son, who has violated the order of protection. Apparently, he instructs the other 2 officers to go out and look for the son. That's what it says in the article. I don't know. It doesn't say he's a supervisory officer. I mean, when I was on the job, another cop is not telling me what to do. A boss could tell you what to do. Even a detective's really not telling you what to do. So that's, I don't know, that's a little strange. Unless he is, it doesn't say he was a supervisor. So it just says this officer instructed the other 2 officers to go out and search for the son who has violated the order of protection. In the meantime, he is interviewing the mother and the 23-year-old daughter. So the mother and the daughter, and later on the father, also witnesses what's about to occur. The mother and the daughter says the officer starts rubbing his crotch. Clearly, they see an outline of his penis, and he's rubbing his penis. They're saying he's pleasuring himself. So the mother goes outside and tells the husband, and who is the father of his son who has violated the order of protection, and he comes in now, and he says he sees with his own eyes the officer with his fully erect penis out in his left hand while he's stroking it with his right hand on the kitchen counter. Straight up masturbating in their kitchen, I guess. I'm like at a loss for words, man. I can't believe this happened. Really? That's what this guy was doing. He went to an order of protection. He was so turned on by the mother and the 23-year-old daughter that he decided to whip it out right there and start jerking off. Really? Really? Come on. Doesn't say that there was any security cameras caught on by, by the homeowners, that they didn't maybe had security cameras in their house. It doesn't say about I don't know, the body cam is on. The officer's body cam, I should have mentioned that earlier. The officer's body cam is on. It doesn't say in articles I read if anything was caught on video or audio. Just doesn't say. It just says the body cam was on, and they see him with his exposed penis. The mother, like I said, the mother told the husband, who came back in and saw a fully erect penis with the officer's left hand on it, stroking away. I don't know, man. Is that possible? I mean, clearly there are sick, demented people in this world. Is this officer one of them? I don't know. I find it hard to believe that he would do that. So, I mean, but then again, remember, you had Justin Volpe back in the NYPD, who took a prisoner into the bathroom and shoved the plunger up the dude's ass. So I guess there are guys out there that do these things. I don't know. I can't imagine it. So let me know down in the comments, man. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think of these last two stories? That's about it. Movie update, really no movie update. Like I told you in the last video, Bo Wilmon came down and visited me at the house. We spoke for a while about, what went on in my life and my career, and we'll probably meet again in the future. The other thing is Adam's podcast. Adam's podcast on being a gangster is now complete. It's, I believe it's almost completely edited. Ash has put it up for with a couple of companies to put it online. He's waiting to hear back from them. He's dealing with, I guess, contracts on that. Spoke to him recently. He sent me a trailer and one of the episodes. I believe there was 12 episodes. I believe he told me he did 12 half-hour episodes. So you guys have that to look forward. All on Adam Diaz, man. Gangster, straight out of Central Casting from the 7.5. Ash interviewed myself and my ex-partner Dowd. There's going to be an episode called the 7.5, how we get involved with Adam. And the episode I heard, I think it was episode 2. Adam tells some wild shit. So I'm sure you guys look forward to hearing this. I will let you know when it is going to be out. I'm going to have Ash on my show, and we're going to have a discussion, and we'll also I'll put out the trailer when I get the okay to do that. So thanks guys for tuning in. I hope I didn't run too long on this. I know you guys like shorter videos, but I wanted to get those 2 stories out. There really hasn't been no full corruption stories. So like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And stand by for all the future things coming out. Thanks so much. Bye.